I knew something was wrong the moment my phone vibrated once, sharp like a blade tapping the table before it's used. A message, a photo, my family standing shoulder to shoulder at my parents' anniversary party, a party I had been explicitly told I was not needed for. My sister-in-law's caption was brief. Thought you'd want to see the family tonight. My chest didn't tighten. My pulse didn't spike. No something colder slid through me. A quiet, clean detachment. Because it noticed one detail she hadn't meant to reveal. My parents were smiling, but their eyes weren't looking at the camera. They were looking at her. At the moment, I realized I wasn't family, just leverage. And that was the moment I knew what I had to do. For years, I carried that family on my back like a secret debt. When my brother lost his job, it paid their mortgage. When my parents' roof collapsed, I handled the contractors, the insurance, the cost, birthdays, holidays, emergencies. I was the quiet solution they never thanked. They liked to pretend it was all mutual love, but it wasn't. It was dependence disguised as tradition, and I never asked for anything back. Not until I bought the vacation home, the one thing I kept entirely for myself, my sanctuary, my escape, the place they joked about as if it were a selfish splurge rather than a first boundary I ever set. They laughed until the moment they wanted something from it. The call came 3 days before the anniversary party. My mother's voice soft, cautious. Sweetheart, we think the event might be too tight for you this year. Your sister-in-law recommended keeping things simple. Simple as in excluding me from me parents' 45th anniversary. As in letting my brother's wife manage the guest list for a party I paid for last year. I asked one question. Is that what you want? My mother hesitated. That was my answer, not an apology, not confusion, just permission for someone else to push me out. Loyalty doesn't crack loudly. It snaps like a dry twig. After the rejection, I didn't argue. Didn't call back. Didn't ask who took my place. Silence is misunderstood. People think it means defeat, but silence is where plans sharpen. So, when me SEL sent that family photo, expecting to absorb the blow, quietly I didn't react. I only glanced around the sunlit deck of my vacation home, the ocean humming below, like it already knew what was coming. I didn't need to scream. I just needed to aim. I took a photo of the view from my balcony, the infinity pool cutting into the horizon, the polished stone, the glass railing catching the scattering of gold sunset, no faces, no gloating smile, just the life I built without them. My caption was simple, razor thin. Congratulations, enjoying my elegant holiday here. 5 minutes later, their group, Fatovanish, WY minute 7, my brother called 3 times, then stopped. By minute 11, my mother texted, "Where are you? Are you home?" By minute 15, they were all driving fast. Because only then did they understand the vacation home wasn't some distant luxury. It was inheritance potential. It was escape potential. It was everything they wanted access to but couldn't control. And they had just banned the owner from the family table. They arrived just after dark, headlights slicing across mid-driveway. All of them, parents, brother, sister-in-law, even the kids. They didn't knock. They hovered, unsure, guilty, desperate. "We want to live with you," my father finally said. His voice cracked in place I'd never heard before. My mother nodded, eyes shining with a kind of regret that only appears when privilege eyes threatened. But my SIL, she wouldn't look at me, her lips pressed tight, like she was swallowing the truth she created. I opened the door wider, not for them, for clarity. "I'm not angry," I said calmly. "But you made a choice. You excluded me from your celebration, so I celebrated alone. And I learned something." They leaned in hopeful. I don't owe anyone access to my life, especially people who treat me like an accessory until they need my property. My Sil finally spoke, voice trembling. "We didn't mean." "Yes." I cut in softly. "You did?" She broke first. My brother followed. My parents stood in stunned silence, realizing I wasn't the child they could guilt back into service. "I won't kick you out," I said. "But you will never live here. You will never control this place, and you don't get to treat me like an outsider only ta show up when it benefits you. Their faces fell in unison, like a curtain dropping after the final act. They left quietly, the way people do when they finally see the truth they tried to avoid. Not punished, just confronted by consequences they created. And as their taillights dissolved into the night, I felt something unfamiliar. Peace. Boundaries aren't walls. They're doors locked to those who try to burn a house down. And I keep the keys now.